today on Divorce Court.
Jahairas, I am here because I am sick and tired of the cheating, the lies, the mistrust issues that we have between each other, and I want you to know that it has to end now.
I'm tired of you giving your money to other women when you should be taking that and spending it on us, on our family. I'm tired of it. I don't even know if I could trust you again.
You can trust me. I've made mistakes. You made mistakes,
Yes,
but it
I
has
didn't
to stop
cheat on
today.
you with your friend.
The same with you. You weren't supposed to cheat on me.
You forgave me, so now it's an issue.
The first time I
again?
forgave you.
Kelvin,
The second time I forgave you.
Yes, so
How many
so it's
times am I
okay for you
supposed
to
to
go
forgive you?
screw my friend. It's okay for you to sleep
you
with
said it
my
was okay.
friend.
You said
and
it was okay.
No, I didn't, Kelvin.
Yes, you did.
We need to do something about this today. It has to finish, and we have to come to a conclusion now.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Kelvin, Rhodes, and Jahairas, Ogando. The two of you have been together for 5 years. You have one child together. You love each other, but you're not quite sure whether or not you're ready to get married. You have some issues you need to resolve. So you brought me your marriage license with permission to tear it up should I find your union ill-advised. You also filled out my compatibility test. And I have some things I would like to say about that. Before we get to there, Mr. Rhodes, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about this relationship, why you love her, but you're not quite sure you're going to walk down the aisle?
Because of the cheating. We've been in a relationship, and 2 years into the relationship, she started cheating on me, and that really just hurt me.
Give me stories about some of the cheats.
Well, I would look through her cell phone, and I would see text messages from other people, other guys wanting to meet up with her, which eventually led to her having an affair with one of her coworkers. Yes.
Now, was that just, was it an incident or was it an affair?
It was an affair. It was an affair.
Ms. Ogando, what do you have to say about that?
I did cheat on him, but it was because he wasn't showing me any attention after the 2 years of us being together. He wouldn't sleep with me. I'll throw myself at him, and he will completely ignore it. And what am I supposed to do? We're not intimate for more than 2 weeks, more than 3 weeks. So yes, I got close to a coworker. At first, it wasn't anything like that. We went out.
So was there no intimacy at all, or is it
No.
was just infrequent?
It wasn't. It wasn't.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
happened
Hang on.
It went to one point. It was one time where we didn't have any intimacy
For
more
how
than
long a
3
period of
weeks,
time?
For almost a month. I would get it, and then we wouldn't even finish. He can't.
Because I was tired. I was
Oh, my
working
God.
12 hours a day, 7 days a week, every day.
What do you do?
I'm a truck driver.
Oh, okay, so those long haul trucks.
Yes.
You know, a month without happens on occasion, especially when
On
you have
occasion.
somebody has a grueling gig. Did you talk to him about it?
I
You,
did.
did you?
I told him. I said, Kelvin, you're not. I'm throwing it at you. I'm throwing it at you, and it's like you're ducking. You're bobbing and weaving from it. Why are you doing? Oh, I'm tired,
You
baby.
weren't bobbing and weaving, were you?
Yes,
I was
yes,
just tired.
yes, he was.
I was just tired all the time.
All the
She
time.
wasn't that tired to where when I came home, I caught her in bed with someone else. She wasn't tired then.
He wasn't.
Tell me
doing
what
it.
happened.
At that time, I had changed jobs, and I had started going over the road from state to state.
Right.
So I came home. I told her that I was going to be going somewhere one night, and it brought me through the house, which I went through, but she didn't know that I was coming through the house. So I pull up in the yard in my truck, and I have an 18-wheeler. She's so dead asleep, she doesn't even hear the truck pull up in the yard. And I see her car and another car in the house. I'm like, who in the
is
world
that?
is this? So I disarm the alarm, walk in the house, walk in, and catch her and him in the bed together.
Ms. Ogando, would you like to respond to that?
I did. By this point, we weren't doing anything, Judge. We weren't doing anything. And if we did, it was one day, and then the next time we did something, it was the next month. So yes, I did. By this time, I was already planning on leaving him. I was tired of it. I'm sure.
Beyond
judging,
intimacy, was there a lack of affection in general?
Yes.
Because intimacy is one thing and affection is quite another.
It is. It was lack of intimacy. It was lack of affection. It was lack of everything. And still now, it's still lack of affection today, still.
Now, Mr. Rhodes, I'm right with you about the driving. I get that, and I get tired. I get
too.
all of that. But, you know, putting an arm around a woman, baby, you look good, then you pass out. It's always available to you. You know, to feed her need probably doesn't take as long as you would think.
But see, what she's not telling you is when I did come home, she would go out with her friends. She would leave me at home with the kids.
He's
and she
doing
would go
all
out.
this. He's saying all this, but he's not telling you. He's so perfect, but he's not telling you he slept with
just
my
said I was
friend.
perfect.
My friend. My friend.
When did that happen?
That just recently happened, a few months ago. What we're talking about happened 2 years ago with me. I stopped. But he's not telling
She
you
didn't
he
stop
just...
because she was still talking to this guy earlier this year.
I can't help that. So we have to communicate from time to time. He just slept with my friend which it didn't just happen once. It happened multiple times.
3 times.
Multiple times.
Only 3, Joe.
Right,
It's only,
right.
only 3.
But Judge, she told me that maybe I should sleep with her friend. When I first met her friend, 2 weeks after meeting her, I told her, Jahairas, this lady's not your friend. She's making hits at me. She's making moves at me.
Before,
Gannon,
2 years.
Okay.
Give me your version of that.
When she was making advances towards him, as he says, I wasn't worried about it. I never would have.
Why weren't you worried about it?
Because I would have never figured of him. You would think that he would cheat on me. He would go for a Beyonce, not for a Precious.
Oh, I said you so bad, you ain't worried about other women.
No, not that I'm
because
so bad.
you're gorgeous. No, you are.
Thank you.
You're absolutely gorgeous.
But
and I
you
get
would
that.
but you would think that he would go above and I'm cheating. If I'm cheating on him, I'm gonna go for something that's better. That's done.
Ms. Ogando,
No.
let me.
No, she didn't.
No. Let me explain something to you about men. Even famous, beautiful women get cheated on. It's not
I
about
know
simply
that.
a beauty
Even Beyonce.
thing. It's just it's their thing. And your friend is not your friend if she's hitting on your man.
She wasn't, yes.
Yeah, she's not. She can be kind to you, she can be nice to you, she can lend you money, but if she's hitting on your man, she's not your friend.
Okay, Judge.
And you don't leave it there to allow him to be weak with it. Do you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I just won't say before we say anything else, this is a before your vows. Deep. Very, very deep. So we're going to figure out what else is going wrong and then find out why you're still considering getting married anyway.
She would tell me that she's going out with her friends. Oh, we'll be back by 9, 12 at the latest. I'm thinking PM. She shows up in the AM. Then she tells me that she will call me, let me know how everything's doing. Then I won't hear from her again until 11, 12 o'clock the next morning.
Clearly you have trust issues, and for legitimate reasons, because everybody has done their dirt. But you say even now she goes out and is unaccounted for long periods of time. Tell me about that.
She would tell me that she's going out with her friends. Oh, we'll be back by 9, 12 at the latest. I'm thinking PM. She shows up in the AM.
How often does that happen? Is that a rare occurrence or
Well, lately
every week
it's
event?
been rare, but at first it used to be all the time. It's like she would go out. I would say, Jahairas, why are you not answering your phone when I call you? Oh, I left my phone in the car, or I cut it off because I didn't want to lose it. I left it at the house or something like that. And I'm like, that's not a good thing to do when you got me here with the kids. What if somebody has to go to the emergency room? You don't know nothing. Then she tells me that she will call me and, let me know how everything's doing. She'll probably call me once around 10 or 11 o'clock at night. Then I won't hear from her again until 11, 12 o'clock the next morning.
Ms. Ogando, what do you want to say about that?
He says now lately it's been real. Lately I haven't been doing it at all. But when I was doing it, I didn't even want to be home. So yes, I would go out with my girlfriends and stay over their house. No, I don't bring my phone out with me when we go to a bar or a lounge or whatever it is because I don't want to lose it. So yes.
Why didn't you want to be home? What was going on there that was so unpleasant?
He always thinks he's right. He's never wrong, ever. For example, yesterday,
all right.
coming here. We're getting dropped off to the airport, and the person that's dropping us off is telling us, where do I go? I don't know where I'm going. We both say left and right at the same time. I say go right, he says go left. So going right is gonna take us the same way where we're going. Going left is gonna go all the way around to the highway. I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you? Because you don't know what you're talking about. If you listen to her, she's gonna have you in South Africa somewhere.
I was in the front seat.
The
Who
point
was
is,
right, her or
look,
you?
you see?
It was the same thing. It was just,
He has
30
to be
seconds
right.
different.
He has to be right.
So why wouldn't you just let her go right?
Because the girl asked me, she said, which way should we go?
And she jumped in.
And she jumped
She
in,
says,
yes.
oh, she didn't ask him, oh, Kelvin, or whatever. She said, okay, so where do I go? She generally stated it, and he has to be right.
I hear this from a lot of women, and I've been trying to articulate it in a manner that might make sense to the guys about whom they say it. The best I've come up with is this. She feels like you tell her she's not right a lot, and that it's really important for you to tell her she's not right. And you can't even let something go because she needs to know she's not right. Do you understand what I'm saying with that?
I understand what you're saying.
Do you think any of that might be going on?
I'm not trying to fire her, but she doesn't want anybody to listen to nobody but her.
That's not true.
I give Jahairas advice. She won't take advice from me, but if Joe or somebody else gives her advice, it's like somebody just turned the light on in the room and she's like, oh, I never knew about that.
That's not true.
I could tell her the exact same thing that you would tell her, and she won't listen to me because it came from me.
It's just sometimes you have to hear it from somebody else.
Right.
Sometimes you have to hear someone else say the same thing that this person that thinks they're always right.
I got
to
you.
Get to get a clear understanding.
I think I understand what you're saying.
I would tell her stuff like, you know, we need to work on straightening out our credit and stuff.
Oh
we need to do this to straighten.
Let's take a moment then, because I do want to switch gears a little bit here and talk about finances, because again, that's another major issue in your relationship, and it's often what trips people up when they actually do get married.
Yes.
He is giving money to a woman left and right every other day. $100, $275 another day. The next day, $15 for smoke.
But she
so
does
you're
the
telling
same
me
thing.
you're telling me that she needed cigarettes, so you gave her $15 because she wanted cigarettes.
Do you feel a relationship can survive if one person always has to be right? Tell us what you think at facebook.com/Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back. Mr. Rhodes, you have concerns with respect to how she spends money. Please share them with me.
Okay.
Man, she has packages coming to the door left and right from online and stuff. I'll be sitting outside and the mailman will come up and he'll be like, oh man, I'm glad this package isn't like the one from a few days ago. I'm like, what package? And he tells me stuff like, a package came here a couple of days ago, 3 boxes, and I had to get help to move it in the house. And packages, we'll be sitting at the house, I'll open the door, package is sitting on the porch. I'm like, what is this? Did you order this? She was like, I don't remember ordering it. It has your name on the package. It's attached to your credit card. Oh, I ordered this? I don't remember. Open it up, let's see what it is. And then there's something in there, and she's like, oh, I did order it.
Now, Ms. Ogando, are you spending more money than is comfortable with
Sometimes.
when you consider how much is coming in?
Sometimes I am. Sometimes I am. But Judge, it may sound like I'm trying to justify what I'm doing, but he is giving money to a woman left and right every other day. He was giving, this woman would ask him, and this is not the same woman.
Just a friend of his?
So he says, somebody that he's interested in. Speaking of money and trust.
Are you giving money to some other woman?
I have done it before.
Yes.
Is it one particular woman, or
was
do you
just one person.
dole out
And
money?
And it
to
only
them?
lasted for like 2 or 3 weeks.
But I see, and I saw it on his app, and I'm scrolling, I'm like, looking, oh my God, what? I needed money this day.
Yeah, well, she got it.
Yes, $100, $275 another day. The next day, $15 for smoke.
But she
so
does
you're
the
telling
same
me
thing.
you're telling me that she needed cigarettes, so you gave her $15 because she wanted cigarettes.
Now, Mr.
Right
Rhodes,
after
what's up with that? You know that's crooked, right?
$700.
You know that ain't straight.
I was wrong, Judge.
Hang on. You know that ain't straight, right?
Yes, I know.
What were you doing?
$700.
What were you trying to accomplish?
She asked me to help her get on her feet.
Oh my God.
And Jahairas took it upon herself to text the lady back as if she were me and ask her when would she pay me back.
Right.
And the lady
damn
told
right.
her, she said, I told you that once I get on my feet, that I would pay you back.
Okay,
so that's all
it's been a while.
Let me give. Hey. There is a general rule about loaning money when you're in a relationship.
He gave
and
her money.
Hush.
I'm sorry.
To loan, to give, or otherwise, to take financial strength out of the house and put it in somebody else's house. Everybody got to be on board with it because everybody's living in the same house. I had a friend of my husband call once. You know, I do okay economically. People see that. Someone called, said, I need a down payment of $3,000. Can I borrow it from him? And I said, yeah, you can lend it to him as long as he's got a room for you in that house with him.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes.
That's because we're defending our gate.
Right.
We're defending our bank. This is our house. So before you either give it to the internet people or you give it to the woman across the street. I don't know if she crossed the street. I just made that up.
Judge told her,
but
look,
no. You know
I'm
what,
not
Ms.
giving it to another man.
Ms. Ogando, I'm gonna tell you something. If you ever want to be successfully married, you gotta know when to stop talking.
Thank you.
You really do.
And see, she gets mad.
You really do. I know a thing or two.
She gets mad at me when
you just
don't
as
listen.
bad.
No.
You interrupted me while I'm telling her don't interrupt me.
This the only time I can talk to her.
If you want to be successfully married, you gotta know when to stop talking. So I'm gonna leave that there. We're gonna talk about the compatibility test, and then I'm gonna give you my best advice.
Okay.
How should financial decisions be made in a relationship? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back. I gave you a compatibility test, and my man over here, when I asked, list 5 things wrong with you, what did you do?
With me?
Yeah. What did you write down?
Nothing.
There you go.
I know I'm not perfect, but...
Not ready to get married. And let me tell you why. When you can't list what's wrong with you, you can't make room for it. You can't make adjustments to it. So what's wrong with you doesn't collapse the marriage. You've got to not only know that you're not perfect, you got to know in what manner you're not perfect and understand how that will wear on a marriage. So until you're there, you're not ready to marry. You've got to be strong, whole way. There's this thing called a married state of mind. A married state of mind is, oh, he's making me unhappy for 30 days. Let me go see what's up. Let me deal with it. Let me find a good book until my mind is right and I can talk to him. It's not let me go sleep with my coworker. That's what a married state of mind is. A married state of mind is I'm willing to be unhappy for a little while and ride this rough road with you as opposed to find my comfort elsewhere. That's a married state of mind. Neither one of you has a married state of mind. It's a zero-sum situation. Either you're winning or she's winning. But there's never a point at which the relationship gets a win. We're not doing that. We're just not doing that. You have to understand what it is. If you even want to consider getting married, I would go through marriage counseling first. So you get an idea of what it is and how compatible you are with the process, because it's a lot of work and it's a lot of not getting what you want, when you want it, how you want it, and being okay with it and not going outside the marriage to deal with it. And neither one of you is ready to do that. Good luck to the both of you. This matter is adjourned.
I know that I'm not perfect. I know that I've made mistakes. I know that I've done things that I shouldn't have done, and I know how to change those things. I know that Jahairas is a good person. She has flaws, and so do I. And if she's willing, I forgave her. Hopefully she's willing to forgive me.
I believe that I do still want to be with him because aside from the cheating and everything that has stopped, he's a great man. He loves my children that aren't his, as well as the one that is his. He takes care of us, and I take care of him too. Everything stopped.